Hello, it is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a midweek, mid-difficulty crossword, and once again, as I've been doing each day this week, this is going to be solved quickly. At least I'll attempt to solve it quickly. I have very little time in the mornings this week. Today is one of the days in which I have particularly little time, so I'm hoping this doesn't take me all too long. We'll find out soon enough. We can see evidence of a theme in shaded cells in the grid. We'll find out what those are all about soon enough. And today's, yet again, speedy edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Savannah Cooper Hughes, Brendan, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to those four benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. It is their generous support that keeps this channel going, even during these time-compressed weeks of mine. Thank you so much to them and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel in that manner, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors like those I've just mentioned, there's the Let's Check the Crosses official Daily Solve mug. Thank you so much to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon at any level. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, shall we? This is a Wednesday themed crossword by Brad Lively, who's responsible for a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. I'm going to attempt to solve this quickly. We'll see how I get on. Let's start solving. Taps casino table. Hit me, maybe? In blackjack, pawn. Hawk something, like sell it. Concerning, or, I'll put it into hawk, put it into pawning, really. Concerning in regards to, one subject to a curfew, maybe. A teenager, a teen. So-called Queen of Pop. Which, I feel like there are a few people who have that name. Who's that? Oh, it's probably Madonna. Long time inside the NBA analyst opposite Barkley. O'Neal, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley. Former Giant Manning, Eli Manning. Look, I'm getting the sports people. Oh, what is this? Sorry, I didn't even notice these little people. Failing to pay bills on time may affect this. Credit score. Era competitor. What? Oh, disco. Oh, look, we've spelled disco. What? I don't understand what's going on. Sorry. Healthy self-image. I don't know. Tie up. Is score right? God depicted with a bow. Eros has his bow. Word between word and word. Word for word. Intervene. Signs of treble would be clefs. Treble clefs on a musical staff to indicate the range of notes being used. Deck in divination. A tarot deck. Intervene is to step in. There we go. Tie up is to lace your shoes. Healthy self-image. Oh, a CT scan. Right, it gives you an image of your body. Summer treats in small cups are ices, I suppose. Era competitor. What is going on here? Zero is not a none. I don't know what this is about. Behaves, acts. Self-portrait with bandaged ear painter, 1889. Vincent. So this was... Oh, is it tied? It's a spelling a T. Sorry, I just completely skipped over that. I didn't even think about the fact that it's the T in credit score. Yikes. Okay. Right, so this is a V. Vincent Van Gogh, Van Gogh or Van Gogh. Right, so we've got, what is this going to be then? Tick doc, a veterinarian to address ticks in dogs or something like that. Tribal home maybe in, and we have tango, so we have dances. Being sort of split up by these people. Tribal home maybe informally, a reservation, where you in the U.S. where you might lose your way. Maybe this is haze and res with a Z. Inverse of kilo. What's the inverse of kilo? I'm not sure. Micro? A maze. Yes, there we go. Gymnast Corbett dubbed the sparrow from Minsk, Olga, so Millie, perhaps then, not micro. Sounds of sudden vanishing, poofs. Might vanish in a poof of thin air. Sound track, question mark. Not sure. Combatant in an octagon-shaped cage. Some kind of fighter. Oh, is that MMA? Is MMA fighting in that? Blank hair, edgy 2000s trend. Emo hair? Where it's kind of pasted down almost. Military authority, I don't know. Possessed. It's funny that it didn't count this as a complete answer. Maybe do I put a T in it? Yeah, I guess I can type. You can type a T underneath the image. Okay, possessed is had, like you had something. Calculated ratios are odds. Soundtrack, echolocation, echolocate. Yeah, there we go. Like a bat might do. So I'm going to put a V in there. And then when repeated, preach. Hear, hear. Amen. Reason to take a painkiller would be an ache that you have, one at a time. Purplish perennial would be what? An aster or an ester? What is that? The flower. Pulse quickly as the heart. It races. So it is aster. E-bike alternative would be a scooter, I suppose. Pair of cymbals and a drum kit would be a hi-hat. You've got the hi-hat that are the two little cymbals that you can click together in a way. Demographics, maybe. Not sure what that's about. This is news to me. I had no idea. When repeated, secret. It's hush hush, it's secret. So-called melting pot in brief, the USA. Bubbles in a bubble bath are suds. A QR code might access one. A UPC maybe, or maybe a URL, a website link to go to. Cyberpunk would be a troll. Yes, a punk online would be a troll. 60 minuti would be, an hour. Bears, heirs are cubs. Villain ranked number 1 on AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains list. Hannibal Lecter, this must be the cannibal sort of genius from Silence of the Lambs. Okay. Was a fangirl of, say, you stand someone in the lingo established by Eminem. Bratty kid would be a little snot. Demographics maybe are visual aids. Ransacks is loots. Retail chain with ready-to-assemble products is IKEA. Connected is linked. Scraped by is eked. Hawaiian goose is a nay-nay. Stays in line, say, is waits. Really awful is... It's sad or something? I don't know. Huh? Is what? Buried is hid. Fruit drink is aid. Organization with metal detectors is the TSA. Thumbs down votes are no's, I suppose. Farming area, no. Nas, maybe? No, nays. Sorry, votes. Farming area would be an acre, maybe. Roof projection would be the eaves of your house. Like the sign for Radio City Music Hall would be in neon. Really awful, right? Emulates the 3 figures in this puzzle. Break dances. There we go. Or what right, of course. Or what the figures do within the answers to 17, 27, and 46 across. Right, okay, they break up the dances. On a higher level is above. Result of a solo homer for short is an RBI. Okay, that's a baseball thing. Really awful. It's bad. Supped is dined. Second chance show is a rerun. And paradises are Edens. There we go. So what were these? There you are, goes with a phrase. Actor Stephen of Beef and Nope, Stephen Yuen. And then tax IDs are social security numbers in the U.S. system. All right, there we go. So we had our break dances. Very clever. So disco, tango, and ballet were each broken up. These dances were broken by these dancing figures. These are what the figures do. They break dance, or they break dance. So we had a T, a T, a V, and a C. Very good. So, what a funny, strange idea for a theme. I mean, well done to the constructor for thinking of something like this. So they needed to find phrases that had dances in them, but the dances needed to be separated, needed to have a sort of extra letter in them somewhere, and that extra letter needed to be something that could be plausibly represented by an illustration of a dancing figure. That's very funny. Yeah, well done. So we have credit score, Vincent van Gogh, Hannibal Lecter, our 3 phrases that were found that do contain dances separated by a letter whose letter can be represented by a dancing figure. In other words, our break dancer, breaking these dances of disco, tango, and ballet. Very good. What a ridiculous theme. I approve. There we go. All right, that was the Wednesday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday crossword, another hopefully reasonably quick one, although probably less so than today. We'll find out tomorrow. Do join me for that. Thank you for still getting to the end of these videos, even though this has been a strange week with an alternative format. Hope it's been okay. And I will do my best to be back tomorrow, as I say, so do join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.